Shabbat Shalom, Yasharala, peace be unto the nation of Israel, whom automated they so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and speckled bird Israelites scattered across the four corners of the earth, including within America, Babylon the Great, and we are the most high Yahweh chosen people of the nation of Israel. So without further ado, as always, just want to give all praises, glory, infinite honor to my power, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whom is the God of the living, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barach, Wadash, for blessing me to spit do this video. All right, and in the same tongue, I'm going to go ahead and utter Mashana, Koboidim, Lahasakwanim, Shalgad, Rabakab, meaning double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the true shepherds of Israel, along with the like-minded Sequani, who are across the four corners of the earth, also pushing the sound doctrine of faith, truth, and sincerity. And Shalom honors salutations to Bayah Shadawadah, the house of David, along with the rest of the one-third elect men, women, and children of Israel. And this is your fellow servant, Malak Rayab. She's back at it again with another Harmon God 1 update, modeling known as WW3, Revelation, the 16th chapter. All right, dealing with these escalations in the Middle East. All right, mainly centered around the conflict between Babylon the Great, the U.S., and the biblical Elamites. All right, the modern-day Persians, otherwise known as the Iranians. And this is on the first article on The Guardian entitled "Middle East Crisis Live: U.S. Approves Strikes Against Iranian-Backed Militia." Lloyd Austin says. Now, this is coming after Iran supposedly eliminated those 3 American soldiers over there near Jordan, all right, which were all Israelites. 2, I believe it was 2 Jake men and one Eve, all right. But anyway, jumping down to the point of this article. Towards the bottom. All right. It says here, the U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said that without Iranian facilitation, the drone strikes that eliminated 3 American service personnel and wounded dozens on Sunday could not be mounted. Austin, at a Pentagon press conference on Thursday, sidestepped claims the U.S. delays in responding meant senior Iranian military advisors had left Syria for Iran, where they were less likely to face a U.S. attack. And now it sounds like, that sounds like rhetoric of them trying to save face to not make themselves look further weaker than they already are. All right? That's why in Isaiah the 14th chapter, there's a prophecy where it speaks about how, Lucifer, the parable associated with Esau, Edom, as a supposed, modern day light bearer, okay, hence Illuminati, would appear to be weak like their enemies, because Esau's standard of strength has always been predicated off of white supremacist ideals, including carnality, pagan idolatry, which is witchcraft, through the pagan holidays and the names of the days of the week, which are all named after his pagan Greco-Roman gods and goddesses. All right, the sexual perversion and decadence that he has promoted here through his wine and fornication, moderately known as Western philosophy. His geoeconomical warfare he's been waging on these other nations through the sanctions and tariffs, looking to stop for their economies. So they're getting tired of this devil. Okay. Now it's gotten to the point where these nations be more blatant with their aspirations of destroying Esau. All right. Because he keeps provoking them, man, through these proxy wars. All right. So something's got to give, and it's going to give very soon. So because this could very well be the year that we're out of here, man. Because all these end time prophecies are simultaneously happening like puzzle pieces, all fitting together in perfect symmetry, man. All right. So and this is why we're within a timeline of prophecies happening, okay, in these perilous times, in these end times. All right, and that's going to lead into these next major prophecies commencing, which is a mark of the beast, a mark of chip being instituted and made mandatory, which is why Elon Musk just recently had his first human trial of chipping his first human. Okay, so they're going to use that they're going to use that as a solution to this culprit that they have orchestrated, which is this economic collapse. All right, and then that's going to lead into this last world war, because all these wars are banking wars. All right, and speaking of the devil, I got another low level luminary, Mark Zuckerberg's popped up on the screen through an alert. But anyway. Says, asked about the announcement by the Iranian-backed militia Kataib Hezbollah that it was suspending its attacks on U.S. bases inside Iraq, he said, we've always listen to what people are saying, and we also watch what they do. Actions are everything, so we will see what they do. All right, so I'm gonna come back to this, but in the meantime, I'm gonna get this first precept in Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7. Jeremiah 51, I'm starting at verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. All right, and that her is America, Babylon the Great, likened it to a whore, and that recompense going to come in this last world's war. Which is going to be, in the Middle East, around the Persian Gulf, the Red Sea, the Euphrates River, the Arabian Sea. All right. And that's the valley of Yahweh's judgment. Okay, spoken about in Joel the 3rd chapter is Yahweh Shaphat. All right, so it says Jeremiah. So right now, we're the prophets of Yasharallah are sounding the alarm. Okay, commanded by Yahweh Shemashai as a warning to our people. All right, but that danger is coming. All right, doom is coming to the wicked, and everyone who's associated with the epitome of wickedness, Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, the devil the Bible speaks of, will be annihilated along with him and his armies, man. The only ones that the Edomites that will survive will be these damn devils, these elite devils that'll be underground in their underground bunkers, prophesied in Revelation, the 6th chapter, only be seized by Yahweh Shai, Allahayim, in 144,000 in Psalm the 149th chapter. So it says in Jeremiah 51:7, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. All right, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her, take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth into heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. The Lord Yahweh hath brought forth our righteousness. Come, let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord Yahweh our power. Here's a point of verse 11. Make bright the arrows, all right, the nukes. Gather the shields. The Lord Yahweh hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, which are the Russians. For his device is against Babylon, to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh, the vengeance of his temple. All right, and that's why he's going to use, all right, the modern day king of the Medes, the Russians, to spearhead this war. All right, prophesied in Ezekiel 38, start from the top. And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord God Yahweh, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, all right, and these flying swords, these nukes, prophesied in Isaiah 34 chapter. All right, they'll make a great sacrifice in the land of Basra, all right, making these swords saturated with the blood of Esau, Edom, all right, because the blood, just like the beloved priest from Dallas said, recently made a video, speaking about how the bloodshed of you heathen is going to be required for our salvation, because the Lord, the Abba Yahweh, the man of war, the Heavenly Father, is always been known as the man of war, the architect of war, the engineer of war, okay, who's always required sacrifices, even sacrifices of his own people for transgression, law, statutes, commandments. So, being that we had to drink that cup of indignation, okay, that's not going to be an exception for you heathen, because it's your turn to drink that cup of indignation, all right, that fierce cup of the wrath of Yahweh Bashim and Shai, all right, for oppressing his people, all right, and this is why that recompense is going to come within the gathering of you heathen in the Middle East, which is why these tensions are intensifying, all right, in the Middle East, all right, to bring about your destruction. Ezekiel 38:5, all right, it says Persia, okay, the modern day Iranians, the Elamites, Ethiopia and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet, because Ethiopia going into Ham was always going to be involved, which is why Burkina Faso, had a basically, raised up a revolution against the French in the UK, and the Edomites involved with them in regards to the generations upon generations of oppression that Esau has inflicted upon them so-called Africans and Hamites down there. So they're going to be involved in this war as well. All right, gathered in the Middle East, which is why Joel 3 and 4 speaks about that recompense also being casted upon Tyrian Zidon. All right, all right, the original Palestinians, the Philistines, are you Hamites. All right, and the rest of you other Hamites. All right, so this is Ezekiel 38, and so matter of fact, let me go ahead and get this next article. Speaking of Persia, the Iranians, in the main article I want to bring out, and I'll come back to this in a second. This is on maritimeexecutive.com. It says, for the first time, U.S. Navy shoots down Iranian drones over Gulf of Aden. Now, this comes around the time where the Secretary of Defense, Lloyd, just announced that the U.S. is going to retaliate against Iran. All right, so it says, breaking, on Wednesday night, the U.S. Navy destroyer USS Carney shot down one Houthi ballistic missile and 3 Iranian UAVs at a position off Yemen, according to U.S. Central Command. It is the first time the U.S. military has announced an action against an explicitly Iranian asset since the beginning of the Houthis' campaign in November. At about 20:30 hours, I believe it's 8:30, this would be 8:30 Mountain Time or 8:30 p.m. It says Houthi militants launched an anti-ship ballistic missile towards the Gulf of Aden, the latest in a long string of Houthi attacks on the sea lanes to and from the Suez Canal. Carney shot down the ballistic missile. At about 21:10, Carney's crew took the additional step of engaging and shooting down 3 Iranian UAVs. Central Command did not provide further information. Yemen's Houthi rebels control the northwestern corner of the country, and for years they have received support from Iran for their fight against Yemen's internationally recognized governments and its Saudi and Emirati backers. The nation's civil war is currently at an EBB, but Iranian arms have fueled the Houthis' new mandate to attack Western shipping and naval assets. All right, so tensions between Iran and the U.S. military have been building since November. The U.S. Navy has bombarded Houthi positions multiple times in an attempt to suppress attacks on shipping. 2 U.S. Navy SEALs were eliminated in a boarding accident while attempting to intercept a covert shipment of Iranian weapons earlier this month. And Iranian-backed proxies eliminated 3 U.S. Army service members in Jordan in a drone attack on Sunday. Okay, oddly enough, on Sunday, all right, the day to commemorate the sun god, Baal or Nimrod, all right. So it says, which that very well could have been a false banner attack that they're blaming on Iran, because these devils, are notorious for these pagan sacrifices, specifically within certain time frames. But anyway, it says U.S. retaliation for Sunday's fatal attack is expected. A U.S. government official told AP late Wednesday, and will likely take the form of a rolling multi-day campaign of airstrikes. All right. It is unclear whether those strikes will include Iranian targets or will hit Iran's foreign proxy groups only. So, the time will tell. All right. But Lloyd Austin said there's going to be a series of attacks against Iran. So this is something to further anticipate, because this further confirmed it's a wonderful time to be alive, to see the downfall of our enemies, like it says in Sirach, the 25th chapter. Now, finishing this off in this article, on the Guardian towards the bottom. Let me see here. Okay, so Lloyd Austin said, when we conduct a strike, we're going to take away capability. That this particular attack on Sunday was egregious and on the sleeping areas of our base. Well, this is the thing. Your U.S. military bases are not required down there. Because these nations are not relying on you devils for security. Okay, despite your facade of humanitarianism and democracy, playing the world's guardian, that you supposedly support everyone's interests and sovereign interests, when that's clearly not the case. Okay, you're down there for the contrary, and this is why Psalm the 37th chapter speaks about you devils spreading wickedness over the earth like a green bay tree, including your 800 military U.S. bases. Okay, your 800 military bases on behalf of U.S. and NATO. So these nations are privy; they become privy to your devices, all right, and they're giving you a dose of your own medicine, including setting up military drills on the shores of America on behalf of BRICS. Okay. So at any given time, this thing is bound to pop off, where those nukes are going to fly and hit these U.S. NATO military bases, and then they're going to aim for the source. Okay, which is America, Babylon the Great. All right. It says, without confirming the attacks had been authorized, he said, we will respond at a time and place of our choosing. Iranian proxy groups have been attacking our troops before October 7th. All right. It says the U.S. has ordered a series of reprisal strikes to be launched over more than one day against the Iranian-backed militia, the U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has said. All right. So that was a point on that. Just a quick update. Back in Ezekiel 38 and 5, again in Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togrim of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou guard unto them. And this is why Russia keeps blatantly threatening America, especially on behalf of the former Russian president, Dmitry Medvedev. Okay, just blatantly declaring war on America, Babylon the Great. Okay, and their other Russian counterparts, because they're in alliance with Iran, and that's why it's not a coincidence that Iran, okay, so I tweeted on behalf of the series report, is officially joining BRICS. It says Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates confirmed they are joining the BRICS Union. All right, and somebody said Iran and Saudi are already members of the BRICS from January 2024. Is it not 2024 anyway? Someone said no. Together with Egypt, Ethiopia, and Argentina, they were eligible to join on January 1st, 2024. Argentina chose not to join. The remaining four confirmed they are joining. Now, there's something that I wanted to get. I believe. Let me go back. Let me jump down. Yep. This is the comment right here. BRICS are getting stronger. U.S. are getting weaker from all the sanctions they have done on everyone. This is going to the wine of fornication, of Western philosophy. This is going to get America, Babylon the Great, nuked, okay, to complete obliteration, okay, leaving this place neither root nor branch, proud side of Malachi 4:1. All right. So this is, I'm going to end this off in Joel 3, I'm going to get 9. Start at verse 9. It says, proclaiming this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong. All right. Because Babylon, the great America, is no longer the hammer of the earth. Okay. Because the spirit of modern day Egypt, which is the spirit of bondage in Isaiah 19, is wearing off. And that's your Edomite supremacy. Verse 11, assemble yourselves and come, all you heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Did they cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh? Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And this is where Yahweh Shai is going to intervene and destroy all of the armies of you heathen that remain standing, okay, while bringing redemption upon Israel from these curses. So I'm going to end it off on that note and praise this epistle, this Armor God 1 update was for the edifying and exhorting and uplifting, and give all praises, glory, infinite honor to my power, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who is the God of the living, Yahweh, and Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barach, Kodash. All right, and with that, Shabbat Shalom, and on to the next one.